kids, it's Jackie with Intoxicating Arts, and today we're going to make a card using the Silhouette Cameo 2. I recently saw a die from My Favorite Things and I thought it was awesome, but I knew I could make it on my silhouette. So that's what you see on the screen right now. It says happy birthday to you in this nice bold capitalized font, and then there's a rectangle around it with rounded edges, which is actually something I added just to make it easy to cut out the card base. And I saw Amy R. from Prairie Paper and Ink recently make a shaker card using that My Favorite Things die, and I just had to make one for my mom's birthday. So here you can see I have that done 2 times, just because if I'm going to cut out, I might as well do 2 of them and have an extra one. I'm using watercolor paper today, and this is actually a 90-pound watercolor paper by Canson. And here you can see I'm just scrolling through the settings looking for the correct setting for watercolor paper. And I thought I had my 140-pound watercolor paper, so I picked the heavyweight cardstock option, which tells you to put your blade to a number 7. And in my case, that was overkill since I only had the 90-pound, and I ended up having very deep cuts on my mat because of that. So just keep an eye out for that and make sure you're using the right blade setting for your paper. And here you can see the machine working just a little bit. It's going very, very slow, and it actually does double cuts when you have it on that setting. So I absolutely had everything cut out perfectly, and it was overkill. So I will spare you the rest of that video because it takes quite a while. Here you can see it came out perfect. And I'm just going to pull these off, these 2 pieces off, because I will be making a plain back sheet for it. And since these came out perfect, I'm just going to be safe and pull them off and put them aside. So now all I have to do is copy these 2 pieces and then paste them right underneath it, and then ungroup the image so that I can delete the happy birthday to you, and then I'll have a backer piece for my shaker card. So that made it really nice and easy for me. So here you can see the blank pieces, and at this point I didn't realize that the number 7 was overkill, so I'm using the same setting again with the heavyweight cardstock, and I left my blade physically on a number 7. Okay, so now it's time to do some stamping. I have this stamp set by Simon Says Stamp that I got for free from my last birthday, so definitely sign up for that. You get a free stamp set on your birthday. You do have to place an order to get it, but it's pretty nice. So I wanted to use this elephant, and I'm just kind of trying to figure out where I should put the elephant, and I ended up doing it in the bottom right-hand corner, but I'm going to stamp the elephant on a separate piece of paper so I can cut the elephant out. So here I'm using my DIY stamping tool, and I used VersaFine ink, and I actually put some clear embossing powder over that to make it easy for me to watercolor the image, and I put it on watercolor paper. So I did the elephant and the balloon because I want the balloon to be in the elephant's trunk. And here you can see I'm coloring using my Staedtler Ergosoft watercolor pencils, and I'm just doing some very simple coloring here. So the elephant is just going to be 1 shade of gray, and I'm really light-handed with this because I want to blend it out. And then I put some pink on the insides of the ears, on the cheeks, and the pads of the feet. I decided that the hat should have purple stripes and some pink stripes, as well as pink on the little pom-pom on the top there. And then for the balloon, I didn't know what color to do, so I started coloring it yellow, and then I didn't like that, so I went over the yellow with a blue and got this really weird green color that I wasn't really feeling, so I actually re-stamped that and ended up just making it pink. So it's just, the entire card is only pink and purple, so everything's very matchy-matchy on it, but that's okay. So again, very simple coloring, no real shading going on, and I think it still looks really cute that way. And I used a water brush to blend everything out. This is actually the water brush that I got last month in the Simon Says Stamp card kit, so the things that you get in those kits definitely come in handy. And now I'm just checking placement on the front of the card to make sure that's going to fit on there the way that I like, and it looks like it will. So I grabbed some of the star clusters from the same stamp set that had that little elephant, and I'm just randomly stamping those around, and there's also some individual stars that I stamped around as well. So here I'm using some Clear Snap Smooch Spritz. It's this really shimmery spray, and I did it in this red color and then a purple color. Then I actually used some of the Hawaiian Orchid luster powder mixed in a bottle. So there's 3 different colors going on there, a lot of shimmer. And then I'm going to cut down a piece of acetate since I am making a shaker card. And I just did that 1/16 of an inch smaller than the base. And you can see on here there's like these really tiny pieces that are going to be super hard to glue onto the acetate. So the best solution to that is to use a Xyron Creative Station. This is a sticker maker. So you can just roll that through there and it will put sticker only on the spots that it needs it. So you can just take a dotting tool and go around the edges of all of the letters, and that makes it so there's no extra goop. If you don't do this and you just rip it off, you're gonna have extra goop on there and it's gonna look really ugly. So I actually saw this tip from Amy R. Prairie Paper and Ink, and it is awesome. It works perfect. So I'm never gonna not do that again. It's a necessary step. So there I just put the acetate on the back and I'm kind of just running my fingers over it. I'm going to use that sticker paper that's left over to help me brayer everything down, and I'll grab my bone folder as well. This just helps me have any fingerprints on the plastic. Then I put foam tape all around there to create a little well, and I'm using my EK Success powder tool just to go along the edges, make sure there's no stickiness and there's no static going on, so that these pieces that I'm putting in here are going to move around freely and not get stuck in one spot. I'm actually using some confetti that I got from the dollar store. So I have this purple star, and then I have silver stars, and I only used one sequin, and it was a iridescent color. So you just want to fill this up until you feel like it's as full as you would like. So I try to go for more rather than less. Put that back piece on it and I just shook it around a little bit, and I like the amount of fill that I have in there. I think it's good, and I have that nice shaker sound and shaker feel. So it's time to put the stamped images on the card, and I'm just putting some ATG gun adhesive on the parts that are actually on the card, because some of the parts are actually going to be hanging off, so you don't want to put adhesive on that part. Put that down on the card base that I chomped the corners with using my 1/4 inch chomper. Oh, what is it called? A corner chomper. So that's it. The card is done. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you try to make this die yourself if you have your silhouette Cameo. See you guys soon. Bye.